All right, family. Black power, black power. We in the house. We in the house. It's the Truth Hour with General Sarah Soon said he kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. That's right. Ring the alarm. We dropping a nuclear bomb tomorrow. Who are the real Jews? Live stream. Uh, Presented by General Sarah Sunseti. We jumping off around 2:30 p.m. and it's guaranteed to be a mind-blowing experience. The link is right down in the video description. Don't hesitate. Don't hesitate because it's going to be mind-blowing. Guaranteed to empower the mind, the spirit for this warfare that's going on at this time. Don't get in the house and get the ammunition. Get the intellectual, spiritual ammunition so that you could go to war and win. That's right, family. Ring the alarm, KingSeti.com online marketplace, official General Sarah Sunseti DVDs. At this time, we got 15% off for the family out there. Make sure you come on in, get you some DVDs. You classic and Jurassic, get you some t-shirts and hoodies. Got some for the kings and the queens. Make sure you get you some of this African and Kemetic jewelry because you got to be empowered with the symbolisms and the spirits of our ancestors. You understand what I'm saying? Make sure you get you some of this holistic tonics and remedies because they trying to throw something on you right now. You can't even walk out the door. Some jump right on your ass. You see, you got to have your soursop, turmeric, black elderberry, and honey. And for the brothers out there, we got the natural man tonic, extra strong for the brothers. You feel me? Get you together. Got home decor, accessories for the kitchen, the living room, the dining room, and of course, classes in session. GeneralSeti.com, Suti University. When it's too raw for any other platform, this is where you gotta go. You see, when it's too raw for any other platform, you got to go to GeneralSeti.com, Suti University, where the raw is law. You feel me? You feel me? Where the raw is law. That's the only way we drop it over here. You feel me? Too raw for YouTube. Seti with the master teachers. Freemasonry exposed, occult science, ancient Egypt, Nubia, India, Olmecs. Seti debates, all world religions. When the black woman is God. Video and radio interviews. Highlights from over 50 cities, ancient civilization and mythology, black power, politics, and economics. That gas. Blueprint for global African supremacy. GeneralSeti.com. Be in the place. Of course, we keep it popping on Patreon. BPC making noise. We never come. Just dropped the Kardashian crypto Jewish background. Dropped that the other day. And here you go. He come right on out the bag. You know, the occult matrix of yay. Drop these because I'm already knowing. I'm already knowing, family. You see what I'm saying? And so you know I know. You ain't got to even second guess. We're going to get busy tonight. We're going to be quick with it. You know, the celestial architecture of ancient Egypt just dropped that on Patreon. The astro occult origins of the war in heaven just dropped that one. So we got that smoke. You see, and make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels, General Seti, Sarah Student Seti, King Seti. Rock that notification bell, get the videos a thumbs up, like it because you love it, share it with your family and friends, and comment. Tell me how you feel. Just be respectful, because I will ban your ass. That's right, family. We on Facebook too tonight. We on Facebook too. Okay. Let me make sure everything is good. What is this? Okay. That's all right. Okay, family. You know, man, I've been trying to, I've been dropping wisdom on this nigga for just time immemorial. You know what I'm saying? You know, I've been dropping wisdom on this nigga right here from time immemorial, man. Back when I first came on goddamn YouTube. You know, I was on this nigga, you know what I'm saying? And like I say, you know, when I first, when I first, when I saw Kanye back when he was, before he was been, had been possessed by, these gypsies and shit, you know what I'm saying? Which I'm dropping heavy mental and I'm gonna be going in even deeper into it. You know what I'm saying? Before he got possessed by these damn gypsies and shit, he was, he stepped off into, he stepped on some toes. He stepped on some toes. You know, that nigga Kanye has stepped on some toes. You know, he stepped on George Bush toes. You know, we got to warm it up. You know, we got to warm it up because he's saying his moms have been sacrificed. Now, a lot of people run out. I had said this shit over 10 years ago. You know, and I said this shit over 10 years ago. And if we had to go back and play this shit just to show, that, but I gave reasons. You know, I gave proper reasons on why I believe that it happened. You know what I'm saying? And when Kanye was being interviewed during the time of Hurricane Katrina, he said, goddamn it, George Bush, the nigga that hate black people. You understand what I'm saying? This motherfucker hate black people, however he said it. You know, even the little white boy that was next to him, that motherfucker looked over like, man, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, this motherfucker right here crazy. You see? But people don't understand the background, but that's, I mean, that's his spirit. You know, when a motherfucker come like that, you ain't got to, I ain't saying the man should, he should bite his tongue. But hey, you know what I'm saying? They don't expect that you would get on their platform and blast off like that. See, they ain't expecting that. So that shit was totally out of character. I mean, that shit was totally off script for him to do that. You feel what I'm saying? And it took a whole lot of motherfuckers by surprise that he did that. And that shit carried across the world. You see, that shit carried across the world because, this motherfucker George Bush, he didn't give a fuck. That motherfucker let the water, and come down there, come down there, goddamn there, I don't know how late, how many, a week later, well, however. You see what I'm saying? And so, the thing is, George Bush ain't shit, and we know that. You know what I'm saying? I could say it. I ain't got no goddamn problem saying it, and I said it then, and I say it now. You see what I'm saying? To leave our people, you understand, in a genocidal condition like that, knowing what, but goddamn it, if it had happened anywhere else, goddamn it, they would have been on top of that shit ASAP. You understand what they would have been shipping shit down there before it even happened. You know what I'm saying? And so that's how that go. But when Kanye West, when he spoke out against George Bush, see, let me run down George Bush's background. A lot of people don't understand, you know what I'm saying, that them Bushes and shit, you know what I'm saying, them motherfuckers, they go back even to the Nazi regime, you know what I'm saying? They even go back to the Nazi regime, his grandfather and shit was, he was busted and shit, still, having, financial, dealings with the Nazis, even after the United States had said it was illegal. You understand? For anybody to have any financial dealings with the Nazis, they busted his goddamn grandfather still, having financial dealings. I think it was his name, Prescott Bush. You see? And so, and then you got to think, George Bush Sr., this motherfucker was the head of the CIA, but above all that, you see what I'm saying, that they were skull and bones. You know what I'm saying? Skull and bones and shit. You know what I'm saying? And so, You fucking with, you fucking with the Illuminati. For real. Now the Illuminati and shit, it is, is a big boogeyman in a sense. But when we say that, you know what I'm saying? It's, you got elitists, you got groups of elitists, you know what I'm saying, that run together. That's just how it is and shit. You don't stay, you don't stay on top, with 1% of the goddamn population with damn near 95% of the wealth on the planet. You see, that shit is orchestrated. You see, and so we understand when you looking at so you seeing a whole lot of groups here. You see, and I'll point them out for y'all. You see a whole lot of groups in there. You see, number one, you see the Skull and Bones. You see the Skull and Bones, which George Bush and George Bush Jr. and George Bush Senior. You see, was they are members of the Skull and Bones, and that's fraternity at Yale. You see what I'm saying? And so and that's connected to that goddamn Bohemian Grove and shit. You know what I'm saying? Where they go out there, and they finagle and shit. With how they gonna control the world and shit, this, that, and the third. And it was been a many, presidents, senators, ambassadors, prime ministers, you understand, priests, and, they all go out there, you see. But when you start talking about the CIA, the one thing about the CIA you got to understand was founded by a member of the Knights of Malta. I forget his name, but you can look it up. And so, when you start talking about military, you see, when you start talking about that military, when you get to talking about the CIA and all of those, military groups and shit like that, they connected a lot of times to the Knights of Malta. You see, the Knights of Malta. And I know that for a fact. And I know for a fact that the guy who founded the CIA was a member of the Knights of Malta. Let me see. Edwin P. Wilson. You see, I believe that's his name. Wait a minute, no, that ain't him. That ain't him. What the hell they talking about? That ain't him. No. Wait a minute, hold on. I'm gonna make sure. No, that ain't him. He ain't the founder. I don't know why they put that motherfucking name up there. Well, they giving it to well, they saying President Harry S. Truman founded it, but I want to see who the first director was. Y'all probably already put it in there. Okay, there's his motherfucking name. Roscoe H. Hillen Cotetta. Hillen Cotetta. Okay, I believe he was the first one. No, he wasn't. He was the third. Well, who the first? Who the first? Okay, Sidney W. Sowers. I seen a fucking video on his ass. I know he was connected to the Knights of Malta. You see, I know one of them was connected to the Knights of Malta. I seen the video, but I had to go back, and then I see right there. He say Alan Dooley's. So I remember seeing it. You know what I'm saying? The documentary and how the guy that who founded the CIA, or maybe it was that. Let me see. And I was looking at the documentary on the Knights of Malta, and it just showed how, that they, a lot of these cats that they, that be, in the military, a lot of them generals and shit, you know what I'm saying, that they connected to the Knights of Malta. You know what I'm saying? And then when I looked at it, I did the research, and it was true. You see what I'm saying? And so the thing is, and you got to, look at a lot of these groups like the FBI and the CIA and, the KGB. See, they pattern their organization after the Jesuits. You see, they pattern their organization after the Jesuits. Is a proven fact. I've seen a lot of them, quote that fact. You know what I'm saying? How the Jesuits and shit, how they subversive. You know what I'm saying? How they train their priests, to become anything for the sake of the Jesuits and shit. They'll become a Muslim. They'll become a Jew. They'll become a Protestant. They'll become anything in society, and you will never know who they are, and they will never expose themselves. They'll get in there and try to, be, diplomatic to a sense, to influence the leadership to do certain things. And when they get in, they put, after, being in it for a minute, they try to, come into position of power and take over it from within. You see what I'm saying? And so they, I seen with certain FBI agents and shit, and they quoted and said, that this, the Jesuits is the top. You know what I'm saying? They're the top, subversive organization in the world. You see what I'm saying? And so you see, when you see Kanye, and so he ain't know. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know, but he did put himself in a fucked up predicament, man, when he did that. You know what I'm saying? The art of war say, if you're gonna step on the motherfucker toes, man, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you know who told you, and be prepared for it. Just don't step on the motherfucker toes and don't be prepared for it. You got to be prepared for what's gonna come back your way. You see what I'm saying? And so, he wasn't prepared, and as soon as, and then the second thing is when he stepped up on that damn stage. You see what I'm saying? And, people say, can you believe Kanye is Jesus and reincarnated? Man, listen here, man. I thought crack went out of style. I guess crack back. You know what I'm saying? And shit. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? People will believe anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here, and it just show you how dumbed down these motherfuckers' mental aspect is out here. I don't take nothing away, but when you cross that line, you know what I'm saying? Your mama was she was a black woman. You see what I'm saying? And so when you step over your own mama, you feel me, to marry a white woman. You know what I'm saying? You didn't spit in the face of your mama. You see what I'm saying? The woman that brought you in the world, you saying is not good enough for you. You see what I'm saying? You gonna go get something and shit that don't look like your mama. You see, and that's fucked up right there. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't about being, it's about putting the black woman on the pedestal where she belong and giving her due. And so, you always respect mama and shit. And so he didn't do that. He didn't do that. Okay. And so when he did that, that right there was a strike, a serious strike for me. Now for whoever, that just let me know where your motherfucking mind is. You see, and then, and that's why we trying to heal, divisions between the black woman and the black man and shit, because we have deep divisions and shit at this time, arguing and shit on the internet and, and all this bullshit, you know what I'm saying? So we not looking for no way to deeper division in between the black woman and the black man. We trying to heal that division. You know what I'm saying? And so, we got to, she done been in the trenches with us for goddamn since day one. And you see, and so regardless, she been in the trench with you, nigga. You see, and so we got to, we have to give her propers and, and venerate her for, being there when nobody else was. Now y'all want to take this, y'all want to take Master daughter and shit and put her on the goddamn pedestal. You see, give her all the, your little funky ass fortune. You see, but but when the man was, when he stepped up there and say, snatched the microphone from old Taylor Swift and and say, man, goddamn, Beyonce was better than you. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker he did it before ODB. You see what I'm saying? ODB jumped up there and grabbed the microphone too and say, Wu-Tang is for the kids. That motherfucker ODB got up there and say, goddamn it, Wu-Tang is for the babies. You see what I'm saying? And shit, but when you got enough heart to do that. Now I must state that take a whole lot of heart for a motherfucker to do. And then Obama, he was the first motherfucker that had something to say. Obama was the first one to say, calling him a fool and shit. And you got to understand that motherfucker had it out. Yeah, that motherfucker had it out with Kanye. You know what I'm saying? He called him a fool and this, that, and the third. And Obama did it because his mama was a white woman. You see, and he saw his mama in Taylor Swift. And so when Kanye jumped up there and grabbed that microphone, he had to run to his mama's aid. And so that proves it. You see, though he may have a black wife, he got a white mother, and he will defend her. And he felt like, when he defended Taylor Swift, he was defending his mama. Period. You feel me? And so, he crossed some lines not only with George Bush, he crossed some lines with Obama. You see, and so and whoever was backing Taylor Swift and all that, so he stepped on some toes. He stepped on some serious toes at that time. And so, his mama came up, she came up dead. She came up dead. And so I knew then, you feel me, that, something had happened. You see, something had happened. Okay, now he might play on it or whatever and shit, this, that, and the third. But let me say this. Let me say this to say, he says that his mama was sacrificed, and the question becomes, well, who laid her on the altar? And how long did he know that? You see, how long did he know that? How long did he know that? And you have to remember that Kanye say that he sold his soul to the devil. You see, and so the thing is, a lot of people say they don't necessarily believe. Man, listen, let me tell y'all, you can believe or you don't goddamn believe. When you step on some goddamn toes, motherfuckers come up dead. It ain't gotta be about no motherfucking Illuminati. You step on the wrong motherfucker's toes, motherfucker, you got to pay a price. You see, you got to pay a price. Even in the the 40 laws, 42 laws of power. They say, goddamn it, watch who you fuck with. If a motherfucker bigger than you understand what I'm saying, or whatever, you challenge that motherfucker, you suffer the consequences. You see, that ain't got shit to do with no goddamn Illuminati. You understand what I'm saying? But we do understand that there is elites out here, and we don't have to look at no goddamn documentaries on YouTube to see that, the 1% got goddamn 95% of all the wealth. Now, you could call it whatever the fuck you want to, because it's really not hidden. is right there in front of your face, and they feel like you ain't got enough power to do shit about it no way. A lot of times these people don't have to hide shit, because what the fuck can you do about it any motherfucking way? What the fuck they gotta hide it for? What you gonna do if you saw it any guy? You see it and you still don't do nothing about it. You see? You still don't do nothing about it and shit. And you see how swift that they move. You see what I'm saying? When they when they ready to knock a motherfucker down, you see what I'm saying? You know, when they want to knock a motherfucker down, they get on the phone, and in 2 seconds, you see what I'm saying? You know, 2 seconds, you know, they get a motherfucker, you know, knocked up off the goddamn block. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no goddamn defense against that. You see, you ain't got no goddamn defense against that. And so power and you know, money and shit, that don't mean shit. Money don't mean a motherfucking. Money is not power. When you can motherfucking roll that shit off the machine and it ain't nothing but paper, and you make motherfuckers believe it's worth something, that's power. That's power, you know, the psychosis. You see what I'm saying? Where you make motherfuckers believe in it. You see? And so the thing is, you know, I'm hearing him say that his mama was sacrificed, but the question is, who laid her on the altar? You feel me? And then you hear this man talking about he sold his soul. How long did he know this shit? You know what I'm saying? How long did how long did he know it? You know, is that something that you could just be silent to, knowing that your mama was sacrificed and this, that, and the third? And when people say sacrifice, you know, it ain't, you know, all this ritualistic shit. You know, motherfucker could put a call in to the motherfucking doctor and shit. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with motherfucking Michael Jackson and shit. You know what I'm saying? When you can get a motherfucker to keep pushing that shit up in your veins and shit, this, that, and the third. And so, you know what I'm saying? You know, sacrifice don't necessarily mean you got no motherfuckers in no hoods and shit, but they could put a call in on your bitch ass. Believe that. You believe, don't believe, you know, think it's a game. They could put a call in on your ass if they want to. You see? And so, you know, and when you notice after, you know, his mama died, he went to acting crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they probably didn't hit him with some shit. You know what I'm saying? They didn't hit, and he already taking pills. You can't take that shit. That shit fuck your mind up. You don't know what that shit. Oh, they mix that shit up how they want to mix it up. They'll tell you whatever the fuck. Yeah, well, it's this, that, and the third. You don't know what's in that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the thing is, you know, we all is, you know, to a certain extent at the mercy, because we don't manufacture shit. We ain't the motherfucker to make the last call. You see what I'm saying? On shit. We don't make it, and all these other niggas gonna be silent. Yeah, they gonna be silent. They ain't gonna say shit. You know, motherfuckers seen them. You know, what you think motherfuckers gonna do when they seen this motherfucker lose $2 billion? Nah, you know, it might not have been $2 solid billion, but it was in contract. It was in contract, and if he would have been a good nigga, he would have got it. Okay, and so all these other motherfuckers out there in the same goddamn position, you think they gonna stand up and say something? They ain't gonna say a goddamn thing. They ain't gonna say shit. You know what I'm saying? You talk about Kyrie Irving. You got a couple motherfuckers out there. You understand? But the majority of them motherfuckers didn't say shit. And then, you know, once they got a little backlash and it became evident, you know, there was other motherfuckers out there, you know what I'm saying, that was fucking pushing the movie, pushing the book. You see what I'm saying? Then they seen how obvious it was that they was hypocrites. And you know what I'm saying? So they try, but they still didn't, you know, he didn't, you know, Kyrie Irving, and I'm gonna deal with that, start backpedaling. And once you start back, now they really going, because you know he gonna conform and shit. You know what I'm saying? And then now, you know, once he back, I see the other, you know, the owner, now he really want to get, you know, act like he's a boss now, because he's backpedaling and shit. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, if you weren't going to go all the way, it ain't no need to go. Don't even fucking put yourself out there. You know what I'm saying? and I'm gonna deal with that on the next video. But and so it's crazy what's going on out here and shit. And like I say, I just put the video, out here to say that, this was something that I had said a long time ago. But it made more sense when, he was saying the things that he not where he at today. You see, now when it's coming out of his mouth now today, you know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily, a heartfelt thing for me. Because if a nigga, did something to your mama, nigga, you supposed to ride. You know what I'm saying? You ain't supposed to be silent about no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Unless you can't be silent to no shit like that, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? You can't be silent to no shit like that. And so maybe they had this nigga, but whatever, nigga, let's ride. You know what I'm saying? Let's ride the fuck on out. It's time, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because when a motherfucker gonna push buttons on you like that, nigga, it's either ride or die. At that point, you know what I'm saying? Yo, you gonna touch moms and shit. So I don't know how in the fuck can a man live like that. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? And maybe he did know, because maybe that was the process that fucked his head up. You know what I'm saying? I can't say. We can't say. You know what I'm saying? Because the nigga did get kind of nutty. You see what I'm saying? He did get, and you would think if a motherfucker had, and maybe they threatened other family members. We don't know. You understand? But you can step on the wrong motherfucker's toes. You see? You can step on the wrong motherfucker's toes. And so we ain't got to put all the mysticism like Illuminati motherfucker. You can step on the wrong motherfucker toes out here right now, and they push a button on your ass. You shit. You know what I'm saying? And so George Bush, them motherfuckers is, you talking about gangsters. Them motherfuckers is gangsters. You see what I'm saying? Them motherfucking Bushes is gangsters and shit, Motherfucker run up in Iraq and shit, throw false charges. They do that shit in the hood. Put false charges on a nigga, run up in the crib and shit. So they threw false and went up in there, got filthy rich, him and all his motherfucking homies and shit, George Bush Sr. with they wicked ass, Oliver North and Ronald Reagan and them bringing crack into the fucking, into the black community during the 90s and shit. You understand? The fun, Iran, the Contra, you know what I'm saying? Down to, even in Iran too. You know what I'm saying? And them goddamn wars down there in South America and shit. Funding the goddamn, them, subversive wars and shit, under the radar by selling drugs in the goddamn community. And so these motherfuckers is gangsters for real. You motherfuckers playing, you playing a role and shit. You know what I'm saying? And so, that's how they roll. And so, I feel like I said, when I seen what happened to him, for me, I'm like, damn, the brother, he just stood up, and he paid the price. That's the way I saw it when it happened. You know what I'm saying? Because motherfuckers was like, oh, shit. When this motherfucker said something like, and then he come right back and do something, you know what I'm saying? Then, people get to, they get that, that itchy finger, man, to get rid of your ass. You know what I'm saying? And so he really, if this is not all a motherfucking made, in which it could be, he didn't put himself in even more, serious predicament. And I guess right now, if it's true what he said and they pressing up on him, like, I guess he ride or die. You understand what I'm saying? Because when they coming for your ass and shit, and they, ain't no turn, ain't no turn and tuck tail, nigga. It's time to, let's go on and do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Or don't even take your ass out there. You know what I'm saying? You got Kyrie, he gonna post the shit. I don't know if he knew what the backlash was gonna be or not. You know what I'm saying? But I bet you he wish if he wasn't gonna stand 10 toes down, motherfucker, why even put that shit out? You know what I'm saying? why even pull, well, you know, why even pull that shit out? You know, why even pull that shit out? And so, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna go, you're gonna put this, go all the way. You understand what I'm saying? Go all the motherfucking way, or don't go at all. You see? And so, family, just keep your eyes, and I see, and that's on another note. I see Kanye won't smoke with Farrakhan, because Farrakhan then, he didn't kind of insinuated that, goddamn it, that well, at least that Kanye took it that way, that that the nigga didn't have it no way. You know what I'm saying? That he might have been lying on his pockets and shit. You see what I'm saying? And so, who's that out there? Alex Kidd? Y'all motherfucker, you better get your ass up out of here, little kid. I don't know who you is, Alex Kidd, but you better get your ass up out of here, man, before I make an example out of your ass. It's a couple of you motherfuckers out there I might, I wouldn't mind making an example out of your ass tonight. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, Alex Kidd, you better find you some toys to play with, motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm going to put your ass to bed. I'm going to put your ass to bed. All right, family. You see what I'm saying? Let's keep your eye out, and I'm gonna come back to you, because this motherfucker been dancing with them Jews already. You know what I'm saying? He been dancing with them Jews already and shit. He was already talking about, what's the name? What's his name? On goddamn Facebooks and shit. He been hanging with these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So when did he believe that his moms and shit was, was sacrificed and shit? When did he believe that, and why, why is he, now all of a sudden coming out? We got to get to the bottom of this shit, fam. Zuckerberg. Yeah. Oh, sucker turd. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, Zuckerberg. No, excuse me, sucker turd. Yeah, we know who he is. We know who he is. That's right. All right, family, let me get on over here to part 2. We're going to be dealing with will Kyrie Irving, you know what I'm saying? Will Kyrie Irving be forced to denounce Ronald Dalton? That's a very serious question. You know what I'm? Yeah, you're right. He said he only can speak up when his money get funny. That's real talk. That's real talk. That's real talk. So let's get on over here, and let's deal with this, old Kyrie Irving with his motherfucking backpedaling ass. I didn't set up here and said, and the nigga didn't, soon as you start to try to support the nigga, here we go again. All right, family, let's get black. I'll be black at y'all ass again. This is the general saying, hey, arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. African education through goddamn black power confrontation. Black power.